I'm not teaching, I'm publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test part 392. The Reformation to the Glorious Revolution, part 5. We're doing morning stretching, and if you participate in the morning stretching, that is at your own risk. Now, after Oliver Cromwell there, his son Richard Cromwell was Lord Protector, but the people were not so happy with him, so the Restoration followed. The monarch is still Charles II. Becomes not Charles II. On the 1st May 1660, it happens that Charles II is invited back from exile in the Netherlands. So when was it exactly? It's 1st May 1660. In May 1660, Parliament invites Charles II to come back from exile in the Netherlands. He was crowned king. 1st May 1660, in May. Okay, at some day, 1st May 1660, Charles II is invited back from his exile in the Netherlands. He had also tried to come back onto the throne, or come onto the throne. That was supported by the Scottish people, who were not okay that Charles I was executed. So Charles II, the son of Charles I, he is invited back from the exile. He was in the Netherlands, and he becomes king. And in 1676, there's the Habeas Corpus Act, and that means that every person has the right to a fair trial, that no one can be held unlawful prisoner. And then in 1685 did Charles II die, and he had no legitimate heir. So his Catholic brother James II of England, Wales and Ireland, and James VII of Scotland becomes king. So the Restoration, Charles II is invited back from the exile. He had flown, hated an Oppenheim. Then there's a Habeas Corpus Act in 1679 that says everyone has the right to a fair trial, and no one can be held unlawful prisoner. And 1685 did Charles II die. He had no legitimate children. And James II of England, Wales and Ireland, or James VII of Scotland becomes king. Then there's the Glorious Revolution, 3 years later. In 1688, William of Orange is asked to invade by important Protestants. This is the Glorious Revolution because it is non-violent in England. He becomes William III of England, Wales and Ireland, and William II of Scotland, and rules jointly with Mary, James II's elder daughter. So 1688, the people were afraid that another Catholic might be king after James II. So they invited the Protestant king of Orange in the Netherlands in. He was a Protestant, and he was married with Mary. Mary was the eldest daughter of James II. So James II, the Catholic, was king, and his daughter was Protestant, and William of Orange was Protestant, and his daughter Mary was married together with William of Orange. So the Protestant people some important Protestant people invited William of Orange in, and he came in, and there was no battle inside of England, and that is why it's called the Glorious Revolution, because just William of Orange became William II and the new king, and he ruled them together with Mary. In 1689 there was a Bill of Rights, and that means that the monarch must now be Protestant and ask the Parliament for funding for the army and navy every year. Parliament now has to elect every 3 years. So 1689, the Bill of Rights, the Parliament has to elect every 3 years. It is the Bill of Rights. And the monarch has to be a Protestant, and he asks every year the army for funding for army and navy. 1690, William II defeats James II, brother of Charles II, at the Battle of the Boyne in Ireland. James flees back to France. William II defeats James II, brother of Charles II. James II was a Catholic king. Charles II was the one invited back. So the brother got the throne. I think that's it. So Charles II was re-invited. His brother became king after Charles II died in 1685. Then his brother James II becomes king. Now the people are not happy that maybe after James II another king comes, and they're inviting another one back from the Netherlands, William II. He rules together with Mary, and now James II tries to come back on the throne, but is defeated by William II's army. Then James flees back to France. That was the Reformation to the Glorious Revolution. If you were just here for that, that was it. And you can come back to the next part to the 18th and 19th century. What are we going to do now? Morning stretching, and if you participate in that, that's such a focus. We are going back with the shoulders, up, in front, and down. So forward shoulder circles. Back, forward, and down. And last time. And now backwards. Front, up, back. One last time. And now we're breathing in and lifting the shoulders up. Out, we're letting the fall down. And again in. Then out. Again in. Then out. And last time in. Then out. Now we have a plug up. We feel the arms up. And just keep normal breathing while we're reaching high, pretending to take an apple hanging high on an apple branch and to pluck these apples. A few more. And the last two. Now we shift up. Legs are standing wide apart. We're breathing in and lifting the arms up to T. And out we're shifting just to the upper part of the body. Over to one side. Breathe again in into the middle. And out over to the other side. Breathe again in into the middle. And out over to the other side. Again in the middle. And out over to the other side. And again in into the middle. And the last one out to the other side. Again in into the middle. And out over to the other side. Again in. And out, lean onto the knees. And you're doing the buffalo fighting insane arm. So breathe in. And out, lean onto one knee and bring one shoulder in front. And again in. And out the other shoulder in front. Again in. And out. Again in. Out. Again in. Last round, out. And again in. And out, hanging down. Breathe again deep in. And out over the one leg. Breathe again in. And out over to the other leg. And again in. And out into the middle. Breathe again in. And out, we're coming slowly up with our own back. And making it the top of the back with shoulder out. have a counter pause. We're also pointing to the outside. We're having an ulnar length space between our heels. We're breathing in and lifting the arms up. And we're breathing out and we're going down. We're placing the elbows against the insides of the knees. And breathe in and pretend to come with the leg up against the wall. Breathe in. And and again in. And out again down. And breathing in. And out again. And again in. And out again down. And again in. And out, we're coming slowly up. Right straight line. And we go slowly. Now we see horse pose. We're having a standing leg. We're placing the other leg with a heel on top of a knee of a standing leg. We're breathing in. Do this only if you can do it without to injure yourself. And out and we're sinking down. So the civil courts. There are the high courts for serious disputes or large compensations. In Scotland there are the other ones, the court of season. And for minor cases, disputes, and personal insults, personal injury, and divorce, there are the types of courts, and in Scotland there are the sheriff courts. And we're changing the leg. And there's the small claims procedure. For £10,000 in Scotland, £5,000 in Ireland, £3,000, and they can be done also online. County courts was more for divorce, personal injury, and so on. County courts. And doing the closing exercise, putting the legs against any wide apart, we're breathing in and going down. And out. Again in. And out. Again in. And out. Again in. And out. And the last round, breathing. And out. Again in. And out. Breathing across the legs. And out. That was for morning stretching. I thank you very much, and until next time.